of the ordinance, and there are 5 site development allowances. So I'd like to move that we recommend this to the council.
Second.
Any discussion? I have one item that I'd like to refer you all to, page 441 online, the online. Page 441, paragraph D on that page has to do with staggering times, 30-minute gaps between scheduling on the 3 fields that are possible within the dome. This presents a very serious problem for the operators of the dome and was really a recommendation earlier before the additional spaces were generated that total now 90 spaces. So if anybody has a problem with my moving deletion of D, let me know and I'll argue the case. But if no one has a problem with that, I would appreciate a second. And, okay, any discussion on that? Hearing none. Although, okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, now back to the original motion. The ordinance is for introduction. Any discussion? We have the operator here. Would you like to hear from him? Yes. Randy, would you like to come up? This is Randall Main.
Hi. My name is Randall Main. I live at 321 Lake Street in Evanston. I've lived there since August of 1991. I am a member of the Parks and Rec Board for 4 or 5 years. In fact, I am the vice chairman of that committee right now. Founder of the Evanston Youth Lacrosse Association. Hi, Alderman Grover. And my youngest child is now about to be a senior at the high school, and my 2 older ones have since moved on. My partner is William Kindra of Ravenswood in Chicago, president of the Power Strikers Soccer Club in Chicago, and we're both delighted to bring this to Evanston and hope that you are too. And I'll leave it at that for now. Love to answer questions.
Thank you very much, Randall. All right, all those in favor of recommending introduction, would anybody have any problem with suspending the rules so the financing effort could be taken up? All right, all those in favor of recommending introduction and suspension of the rules, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you very much. We'll have this on our agenda, the council agenda, in just a few minutes. All right, next item is 101-014, granting major zoning relief for building lot coverage, impervious surface coverage, setbacks, and parking at 910 Hinman Avenue.
Move approval.
Okay. Alderman Nguyen, would you like to speak to this?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
This is, I want to just provide everyone with a little bit of a history of this lot. 910 Hinman originally had a single-family home that over the years was divided up into apartments. The property owner really neglected the property. Eventually, it was empty. We had squatters living in a garage behind it. There was a serious rodent infestation. This is all before the prior owners owned it. It was very much a hazard in the neighborhood. And on a block that has other residential and is literally side to back of some very nice commercial spaces along Main Street. Together with our property standards, we worked together to really push the bank. The property went into foreclosure, pushed the bank to do something with the property. It was boarded up. It looked terrible. And eventually it was sold and then demolished because it was structurally unsound. This all happened during the recession. The property owners came forward with what I think is a very, very nice design. This is a block that has traditional courtyard buildings on it. It's R5. It's in 1 block from the 2 train lines. It's in a vibrant commercial district. And we've been waiting a long time to have redevelopment on this site. It's a somewhat complicated site because it once was a single-family home. It's one of those properties that over the years once probably was owned in conjunction with the commercial property around the corner. There is a long-time easement between this property and the two commercial properties that back up to it. And obviously, it's a tight parking area. So all of these variances that are part of this are all designed to make this property really usable as a multifamily with the appropriate parking and to continue to allow the easement, which is critical to these businesses who face Main Street, continue to have access to the back of their property. Therefore, they're not clogging the alley with delivery trucks. They're not blocking Main Street. So the property owner, Mr. Mullins, and the businesses across the easement have all really come to an understanding of this, and I very much support moving forward on this property. It's definitely will be a benefit to the community. It'll bring new families into the community. It'll be a nice niche building because it'll be condos that are three and a half stories high in an elevator building with parking. So something different than we have elsewhere in the community. Frequently buildings like this are vintage and they don't have an elevator or good parking. So this is something that's going to fill a niche. And it's right there on the train lines and along Chicago and Maine. So I would urge my colleagues to support this.
Thank you, Alderman Nguyen. Alderman Grover.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Alderman Nguyen. I am glad to see this infill project, and it seems like it's entirely fitting for the block and the neighborhood, and was pleased to see at least some effort to reduce the amount of impervious surface through the use of permeable pavers. For part of it, as a reminder of Commissioner Shore's presentation to us about improving our efforts to replenish the Lake Michigan watershed as opposed to sending stormwater into the sewer system. And although this has an 80% lot coverage, surface lot coverage, the use of permeable pavers in this case will assist with replenishing the Lake Michigan watershed. But it seems like entirely appropriate project for this site.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Alderman Nguyen and Alderman Grover. All right, so there is a motion to introduce this. Would you like to make a motion to suspend the rules?
Yes, I would like to.
All those in favor of suspending the rules on this matter when it comes to the council? Aye. Any opposed? All right, items for discussion? Any items? No. All right, we have no items for discussion. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much. The council meeting will commence at 1:45? At 1:45, right. So thank you very much. For those who signed up on the Planning and Development Committee agenda to speak, could you sign up on the council, on the agenda, on the sign-up sheet out there?